وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وأصلي وأسلم عليه وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعه بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. ثم أما بعد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. So welcome back everyone for the Friday night series of lectures, learning from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so that we can improve our habits, manners, character, and very especially our way of doing things, and that's the main objective for this series. All these samples that I share in this series are taken from the authentic ahadith books. I have to do a lot of work searching, but alhamdulillah, the work is ongoing. So tonight, inshallah, we will share two samples. One, as a community, as individuals, and as a family head, responsible person, about our social interactions. There are people around us, and we have relationship with them. It is extremely important to understand how we approach them, how we care about them, how we address them. Whenever we meet them, we meet so many people. We know them, we care for them, we love them, we respect them, we talk to them, we invite them to our homes. So Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave us some etiquettes, some manners to reach out to them, to get to know them. One of the things that is very common in Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is that he sallallahu alaihi wasallam need to first get to know the person. So as I mentioned last time, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam knew all his people in the community, and he knew them at least 5 ways. So he knows them by name, he knows them by face, he knows them by his tribe, his family, and he knows them by what he works, his job, yani. And last but not least, he knows them also by if the person has some special talent, something extraordinary, something new. And he interacted with these people according to their mansib, according to their families, according to their family background, according to their ilm, according to their experience, and according to the way Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sees fit. This way, this whole thing made possible for him to establish close, loving relationship with every member of the society. We also do the same thing, but sometimes we do not reach to where we're supposed to. So one of the way that we learned from Rasulullah is first from all, including from our relatives, neighbors, friends, at work, outside, in all areas. We get to know them, and we need to maintain with them relationship. So there is a sample that was taken. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is talking in this hadith about Abu Dharr al-Ghifari radiallahu anhu. Abu Dharr al-Ghifari comes from the tribe of Ghifar, and Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam knew him by name, by face, by his tribe and his family, and by what he does, as we mentioned, and by the special talent. Abu Dharr al-Ghifari radiallahu anhu wa arda, he used to make good soup. I did mention this sample last week, but I had a couple of more points to add, so that's why I would like to repeat this. So one day Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam invites him, and he tells him, Ya Abu Dharr, O Abu Dharr. So here he did something interesting. He taught us that when you talk to someone, address him by his name. We have different ways now common to address people. We say, hello, what's up? Come on, sit down here. Different other ways of addressing. But when you address the person by his name, this is for that person as if you give him respect, give him dignity. This way you customize. And the Rasulullah, everybody loves him. And he loves everyone. So when he talks to the person and addresses him by his name, that person sees this is an honor for him, that the Rasulullah is telling this to me, is teaching me. This teaching is for me, so it's like personal. It's something personal in it, something customized. So he said, Ya Aba Dhar, إِذَا طَبَخْتَ مَرَقَةً, whenever you made soup, because Abu Dhar al-Ghifari, every once in a while, used to cook soup. So he tell him that أَضِفْ فَأَكْثِرْ مَاءَهَا, when you cook next time, add some more water. And when you add some more water, the soup becomes a little bit more. And then he says, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you talent, gave you a special skill, do not deprive other people to benefit from your skill. So share some soup with your neighbors. It means thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, first of all, that He gave you this special skill, that you are a talented person. Thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then benefit, let others get benefited from it. Share your talent. So if you cook like some food, other things, share with people. Also, by saying this, he meant that do not lead a life of an individual who thinks from individualistic approach. Like a person thinks only about myself. I think about me only. So share with other people, because when you share your personal things, your achievements, the good things that you know with others, they become happy. And that strengthens relationship. And then subhanAllah, by telling Abu Dhar to share the soup, in other words, he was telling him, he did not say that, but in other words, he told him something else. He said, this is skill, consider this as a ni'mah. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave you various favors, and Allah does give people lots of favors. وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. And if you were to start counting the favors of Allah upon you, you will not be able to do that. So this soup making skills is a ni'mah. So when a person mentions ni'mah, he remembers something else. He remembers that someone is there who is called Al-Mun'im, the giver of ni'mah. Someone has already gave you the talent, the skills. So because Allah's mercy and love for you, Allah in His capacity as Al-Mun'im, He gave you this ni'mah. So when Al-Mun'im comes, then we need to give shukr. This is automatic. So ni'mah requires shukr for Al-Mun'im. And Al-Mun'im said a rule. لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ. If you give thanks to Al-Mun'im for the ni'mah that He bestowed upon you, Allah will increase.
Mom, just put it to your ear.
He will increase. He will increase. He will increase your talent. If you share your ilm, Allah will increase you with your ilm. If you share money, you help someone with money, you help the poor, you help those in need, in whatever way you help other people, Allah will increase that ni'mah in your field. He will give you more. وَلَئِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ وَلَئِن كَفَرْتُمْ. And if you do not give thanks, you remain or you want to be ungrateful, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't say in Surah Ibrahim that I will give you less. He didn't say that. Or he didn't say that I will not give you now, I'll give you later. He didn't say that. He said straight that kufr or ungratefulness is not acceptable. Inna adhabi la shadid, that my punishment is severe. So it means virtues of shukr also. So when bounty comes in, then shukr comes in. And shukr comes in, then you need to learn that. So this is called social interaction. And also, as a matter of fact, when we need to speak with others, mention them or call them by their name. The next session is very interesting. Some people, when you speak with them, they understand in the first attempt, for example. Like teachers when they teach, and you deliver the khitab, the khutbah or lecture, or you teach a class, and if, for example, there are like 20 people, 10 of them, 12 of them will understand and comprehend what you said in the first attempt. Maybe 5 of them take time. So 5 of them need you to elaborate more, give you more examples. And this process is called reteaching. So sometimes when you teach, and our own children, sometimes we talk to them. Some of them they understand right away. But some of them we need to address them again, address the issue again. Maybe we need to give more examples. So this sample hadith is mentioned in Sahih Muslim, and the narrator is Abu Sa'id al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu. Abu Sa'id al-Khudri says that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam loved me so much that he wanted to teach me only. It's a one-on-one sample where one community member, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, قال له, he told him, أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال, he narrates that Rasulullah صلى الله عليه وسلم said, what did he say? Ya Aba Sa'id, again, look here, he did not say I want to talk to you. He mentioned him by his name. He personalized it. And when we personalize the conversation, it reflects love. It reflects affection, closeness. And when you sit close to each other, that's closeness or physical proximity is a sign of love and affection. And that's why he said, I am teaching you. This teaching is for you so that you can benefit. So what did he say? He said 3 things. And subhanAllah, is it so brief, so concise, so comprehensive that in 3 sentences, probably he taught him the entire deen. He said, Man radiya billahi rabban. He said, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, just remember this. Number 1, whoever is pleased with Allah as his Lord. Whoever is pleased with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as his Rabb. 2, وَبِالْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا, and who is pleased with Islam as his deen. Yani I am happy with that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made me Muslim. And I am happy that Allah is my Lord, that He is my Rabb. 2, وَبِمُحَمَّدٍ نَبِيًّا, and who is happy and pleased and satisfied with Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as his Rasul. 3 things. رَضِيتُ بِاللَّهِ رَبًّا. Rida is happiness. 2, وَبِمُحَمَّدٍ نَبِيًّا, and who is happy that Allah is my Lord. 3 things. رَضِيتُ بِاللَّهِ رَبًّا. رِضَى is happiness. 2, وَبِمُحَمَّدٍ I love Allah. I am happy that He is my Rabb. He is my guide. He created me. He brought me back to life. He gave me all the bounties that I have. He gave me life. He brought me from non-existence into existence. I know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ma'rifatullah comes in. So in order to get to know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to worship Him the best possible manner, I want to learn about Allah. Allah's excellencies. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala needs to be worshipped in the best possible manner. So Rasulullah told Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, in other words, he told him, try to learn more about Aqidah, about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, excellence, adab, to reach out to Him, ways to worship Him in the best possible manner, the quality of al-ihsan that we talked about previously. وَبِالْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا, Islam as your religion. Nobody can practice Islam without learning. فَاقِدُ الشَّيْءِ لَا يُعْطِي, as I always repeat that the person who does not possess something cannot give it to someone else. So we need to learn. وَبِمُحَمَّدٍ نَبِيًّا, and this is the concept of risala. Yani believing that Rasulullah is my final messenger and he is the Khatamun Nabiyyin, and there is no prophet who come after him. So the first one is Tawheed. The second one is the entire deen. And the third one is the concept of prophethood, risala. And then Rasulullah said that if you are mindful and you learn about these three aspects and you understood them, you comprehended them, and you act upon them, then what is the reward? And he gave him in this short lesson a reward. وَجَبَتْ لَهُ الْجَنَّةِ, the Jannah is mandatory for you. It means if you would like to enter Jannah, then please remember to be happy and content with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as your Rabb. And if you would like to earn Jannah, please understand, comprehend and follow and implement the code of deen in your life. وَبِالْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا. So what Islam prohibited, stay away from it. And what it allowed, the halal from the haram, the right from wrong, the kayfiyya, the style, the way of doing it. All these ahkam and qanun and rules and do's and don'ts. So if you understand that and you practice that, that will also make you qualify for Jannah. And the last but not least, get to know Rasulullah ﷺ. Because without getting to know him, I cannot love him. And loving is part of my iman. Loving Rasulullah ﷺ is part of my iman. So our Rasul ﷺ, whenever he interacted with the community, he taught them very simple, in a simple manner. He made difficult things look easier for everyone to understand, to comprehend, so that they can practice. In other words, you can say that the Rasul ﷺ was a mu'allim who excited people, who made things so easy that people, when they learn from him, it's easy to practice. Because he made them excited for that. He made them love what they do. He created love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for example. He created the love of deen in the hearts of his people. And how love of Allah and the love of deen and the love of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam come into my life and your life is that when I explain, when I learn something, someone has to teach. For example, our teachers, our mashayikh, our imams, what they do, they teach. They teach people sha'air ad-din, the pillars of deen, so that the more I learn about it, my life will change. We remain at a standstill, not because we want to, but because we do not try to learn more. We think that whatever we have learned is enough, but this is not. Some brother who work in IT field, I asked him how many times you go training. He said, all the time. You keep on learning. I said, why? He said, Brother Ansari, if I do not go training, every 6 months there is a new software. I don't know about that, so I have to get trained. So, for example, if I learn about my deen, something that when I was a little, like I was youth, as a child, we need to update that, because there are new things coming. So I had to adjust myself in the new environment, the new situations. What is the circle or the yardstick or rules of Islam into the area that I work? For example, if I'm a doctor, I'm an engineer, I'm an IT person, I'm a teacher, I'm a mother, I'm a father. Each one of us, we are ra'in. We are like a shepherd. So we need to learn so that we are able to transfer that knowledge to our families and our children. With this style of lovely teaching, learning, Abu Sa'ud al-Khudri was so excited that he wanted to memorize this. فَعَجِبَ لَهَا Sa'id. Sa'id loved it. Loved the content, loved Rasulullah's style of teaching, loved his interactive discussion with Abu Sa'id, loved the way he explained, but he couldn't memorize it in the first attempt. So what did he say? He made a request. وَقَالَ أَعِدْهَا عَلَيَّ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. He said, Ya Rasulullah, teach me one more time. Can you repeat this one more time so that I can learn more and I memorize? And we learned in the previous sample last week that the Rasul used to speak so slow, so nice, يَفْهَمُهُ كُلُّ مَنْ جَلَسَ إِلَيْهِ, that everyone who hears it or he is closer to him understood. So, فَقَالَ أَعِدْهَا عَلَيَّ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ فَفَعَلْ. Now Rasul responded to Abu Sa'id al-Khudri's request, and he explained to him that, remember, you need to be, if you want to earn Jannah, do these 3 simple things. Yani he encouraged him to learn about these 3 areas so that he can practice and then he can implement those rules and manners and characteristics and guidelines to go to the target. Because I heard in one of the dars, the Sheikh was telling me that Jannah is not, it's difficult to find, to gain or to obtain Jannah. We need to work harder. Similarly, as we struggle and work very, very hard to reach to the top positions in this dunya, in order to become a doctor or to achieve a certain rank or mansib in this dunya, we work hard, we learn. So the lesson was, Man radiya billahi rabban, whoever is pleased and happy with Allah as his Lord, wa bil islami deenan, and whoever is happy and love Islam as his deen, and whoever loved and is happy with Rasulullah as his Nabi, wajabat lahu Jannah, then Jannah is. So the purpose to share these samples, both in our interactions on a social level, within the family, And also it tells us that there is always need to continue learning. There is no stopping. You know, they say that there is something called lifelong learning. And Imam Shafi'i, Rahimahullah, he said in one of his poems that one of the manner or prerequisite for basic productive learning is two things. Suhbatu ustazin. You need to have a qualified teacher, a sheikh, for example, a learned person who can give you ilm, and then you can get his company. So we learn from the sheikh, from our teacher, and also we learn from his company. It's called al-musahaba. So Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he gave ilm to his students, but he provided them a loving company that he used to look at them. And that's why it is said that when they sat with Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, there was the attention level was so serious, so intense, that when they sat in front of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is talking, it is described that they were quiet, their eyes are on Rasulullah, they're watching, and they are so tense and serious. كَأَنَّ عَلَى رُؤُوسِهِمُ الطَّيْرُ. It looks like the birds sitting on their head. It's a sign of like dead seriousness. That's why they learn. That's why Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, through his style, changed their lives. For everything, love comes first. He loved his people. We also teach, we also share, but sometimes we don't love, or we do not show that love and kindness through our face. We just love to talk because we just want to talk. So if we bring smiles in a way that the person feels that, then we would have positive results, and this is called following Rasulullah. I think my time is almost done. So we stop here. Inshallah, next week we will take 2 more samples, and inshallah, when you are bored, then we will stop. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وجزاكم الله خيرا والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.